All right, Coach. Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On second down, it's Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that's caught by Smith. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bucs' 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Shift.
Mariota hands to Henry. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
One. Mike, 45. Rip left. 3. 15. Check 15. One.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They go play action. Winston. On the crossing route, complete. That's Evans. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This is caught inside the 15. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 34.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. 3rd and goal, Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
The first update now out of Jacksonville. The Jets out to the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
You got motion man right there. Wait.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. To throw is Winston. The left side completion to Jones. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being...
He's got a man complete. A big pickup of 38. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
1.
First down, Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change it.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your 10th
anyone.
born.
It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
They kept him to a short run play there. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Follow.
On second down now, it's Jones. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
Mariota gives to Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
45 to Mike.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Undercroach.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston. And his throw here is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
45. Delta. 45.
Mariota now. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
Check 37. One. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
From the gun, Mariota. He's going to air one out. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Black 22.
First down, Winston. Caught on the right side by Jones. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing, Winston. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Play action now, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a big shot.
Winston. Left side here. That's complete to Godwin. And some room to work. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready? Move in. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He hits his target, left side, Watson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Winston now. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now Winston on 4th down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Levante David able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Smith catches left side. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. 1. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Mariota. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 48-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll throw again. Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Jameis again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Just keeping the play alive toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. They'll go with Jones. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand.
Hey, pick your game up. Check 24, check 24. Sponge, sponge, sponge. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 10, 1, 1, 10. 3, 3, 3.
Back near his goal line, Mariota uncorks one for Davis. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play, Mariota to Davis. 49 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Back now in Nashville, it's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
One. 54, Mike, 54. I 7, let's go. 54. Exit. Right there.
Throwing is Mariota, and this is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. We got 4.
And the blitz does come. Sets up the screen to Lewis. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Where are they, team?
Now Mariota on 4th down. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he went. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Tight as Ringo. Tight as Ringo. One. Check.
Mariota on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
45, Mike, 45. And let's get this.
Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big run there by Jones. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's Jones. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
Winston's pass complete to number 80, O.J. Howard. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating when we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Mostert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
45 to Mike. Echo. Silver.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. The open man is Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Dancing to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. 1st down, Mariota. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Tampa Bay, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.